Ship Happens, the show where crew tell their experiences of working on cruise ships, hosted by Jimmy Crew and Jolly Roger.
I
I don't
don't
want
want
a
a
lot
lot for
this
Christmas.
Christmas. Okay, that's terrible.
There
Cut,
is
cut,
just
cut.
what?
Terrible, terrible.
Oh my God! I was just in the mood. Come on, I'm in a
Oh my
Christmas
God,
mood. The holidays. It's like
it's that time of the year where Mariah Carey
yes.
defrosts, and we get to listen to her for a whole month on the ship. This is Jimmy Crew and Jolly Roger, and we decided to make a little episode about spending the holidays on board.
It's Christmas, guys. Get into the spirit. I
So we
am.
decided to
Are you?
a little Christmas holiday special for you guys to get a little idea of what it's like to be on ships during the holidays. You know, it's a lot of fun. Everything's decorated
Oh my
with
God!
all these
Yes.
holiday decorations, so it's pretty cool to be on board. You know, especially for guests. Now, for the crew members, as we mentioned before, you know, we have all different nationalities as well as all different religions from every part of the world. So we have to cater and to all these religions. You know, so we always make sure that we have either Hanukkah celebrations for them, Christmas celebrations for them. You know, you have a lot of Muslim celebrations for them. So we always try to make it, you know, that everybody feels a little bit home away from home. So that's a
True.
pretty interesting thing to experience on board. You know, just having a lot of people, you know, that of course, you know, just like we were
Expressing your
for many
faith,
years.
it's very much encouraged on the ship. I mean, if you
Of course, yeah.
wanna celebrate, there's something that you deeply believe in, and nobody's gonna stop you. I mean, people are celebrating, and if they even have like their little, that they can organize little groups or like Bible studying
Right,
and
right.
and so on and so on. So this is very much allowed and practiced on the ship amongst crew member. But really, like Christmas, December Christmas, I have to accent December Christmas because there's a lot of people from Eastern Europe. They're Orthodox, so their Christmas is
Oh,
on
right.
January 7th.
January 6th. Oh, 7th, 7th. Right,
Seventh,
right.
seventh, yes, and
Ah, you weird
we have
people.
kind of like two Christmases, but the main Christmas is where
The
our
25th.
exactly, but because our guests are from US, and most of our guests are celebrating in December Christmas, the main
Mhm.
Christmas, and so we can all get into the mood, no matter where we're coming from, where are we, what we our beliefs are or something. We all get this spirit, that this amazing Christmas spirit that goes around the ship. It's like a virus, like you cannot not catch it. I mean, it's all. I want to talk. I want to really talk and set the scene for people who haven't been there. Like the ship really looks like we get decoration, and I'm talking about like boxes and box, like hundreds of
Isn't it
boxes,
impressive? Because we dock, you know, whatever the U.S. port
right?
we get to, and they literally bring in boxes and they decorate the ship before the guests even come on board. So you're talking about a huge, huge amount of decorations. And I just saw some ships right now that are already fully decorated. I mean, and it takes them literally just a couple hours to do an impressive job. You know, I'm still trying to put up a little Christmas tree here at the house, and it's taken me already a week. But that's just me being lazy. But on the ship. I mean, it's incredible the amount of people that come in, and in a matter of a few hours, it's ready to go. So the guests come on board, and it's already with Christmas trees and menorahs and all these other amazing festivity
But we're talking like a
decorations.
huge Christmas tree. Like this is not like
Yeah.
normal house decoration. This is like ship decoration.
Yes.
Everything is gigantic. Everything is like
Yeah.
huge, and then we even so the ship, the guests can enjoy this spirit, but we also below the deck, as I like to say, below the guest areas
Yeah.
and in crew areas, we also decorate. We love to decorate, and most of the cabins people put on their doors. They put different. They decorate their doors. Our offices are decorated. Even the bridge on most of the ships where I was they have a kind of like a Christmas tree, and see,
Oh
they
yes, I was surprised
yeah,
about
they
that.
cannot
You
have
know, they have
light.
it. Yeah.
They cannot have light because during the nighttime the bridge is dark. The lights are off, so the officers on
Correct.
duty can see on the ocean. If there's any obstacles or what's going on in front of them.
Right.
So they try not to get so much bright but they still have like small Christmas tree and some, I don't know how you call this, those like shiny strips that you put around the tree. Uh,
Oh, the ornaments that you hang on the tree. So they're
Ornaments,
little ships.
but there's this like a scarf, but looks like a scarf, but it's like very shiny.
Oh, wreaths, I believe. Yeah,
No,
wreaths.
I don't think so. But you people know what I'm talking about.
Christmas stuff. But yeah, like
Christmas stuff.
I
Yeah, yeah.
remember going during the holidays, up to the bridge, for some training or
I wanna
emergency,
I wanna say tinsels or something like that.
something like that.
Okay, okay.
Christmas something. Yeah, and
Christmas
I was so
something.
surprised, like all the decorations they brought up to the bridge. It's pretty cool. But just all over around the ship, you get that vibe, like you were saying, that spreads like Omicron or whatever the new virus is. It spreads so fast, that everybody just gets into the spirit, whether you're Christian or not, or any other religion. Everybody just comes together, especially the crew. Because like I said, it's a really tough time for many crews. I mean, I haven't been home for actual Christmas in the past 7 years.
Hmm.
And likewise, many other crew members that as we mentioned before,
Me
there's
neither.
the what is it, blackout date that you can't go home between what is it, December 15th
Between
to the
Christmas, yeah, just before Christmas, and then
mm,
after I
after
think
New Year's.
January 7th, 8th, 9th, something like that, something like
Because
that.
of course that's the busiest time on the ship, that they have to have like full staff, and
And
it's the
people
busiest time
are
for people to go
having
cruising.
holidays on the in the office because you have to understand that for many for crew
Lucky office
members
people.
to get just one crew member from their country to, let's say, Indonesia, right, or India, to the ship,
Hmm.
that there's a lot of people involved, with the tickets and
Logistics, yeah,
embassy and
there's big
logistics, and
logistics, yeah.
and the office, the main office, whichever cruise line we're talking about, they all have like main building offices on land,
Hmm.
their administration is set there. So it's a lot of work for them to get these. So these people deserve, they work all year around, and they deserve a little holiday. So that's why this blackout period, so at least they can have a little bit
Well,
break
see, I
from the
just
ship.
learned something new. I didn't even know that. I forgot
Yes.
about that. I mean, of course, I know the logistics that go behind flying everybody, because I remember, I always had somebody assigned to me whenever they had to fly me to another ship in another city. So, yeah, these people, they imagine dealing with thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of crew
Oh
members
yes.
that are traveling throughout the whole year, and getting all their visa, make sure they have all their visas and all their flights, because we book them. I mean, the company books all their flights and everything, and hotels and whatnot. So imagine the
Oh
logistics they
yes,
has to go through
yes.
that. So now it makes sense, why they're closed during the holidays, because of
Holidays.
course they're working 9 to 5 jobs, but
they,
like we
they
have
deserve
2 months off for roughly.
That's the only period that they get off, and that they
Hmm.
have like a time to visit their families or
A
something
nice
like that.
weekend.
Yeah. uh, there's another thing I wanted to mention. So there's a lot of activities around, so it's not just so we decorate and everything is special and it looks special. And I have to say that I'm really, to me personally, I never even wanted to go home. Like this Christmas spirit on the ship really, really gets me in a happy place.
Scrooge.
No, I'm really in a happy place when Christmas and holidays. I'm like that. I love this time of the year, and I enjoy. And then because also coming from HR, I work in HR, so we are among the people that usually try to keep everybody in the spirit, and we try to decorate and buy things that we need for Christmas. And then we organize, there's a Christmas bingo, special Christmas bingo that's usually huge and double of
Oh
budget.
yeah, more money.
Oh yes, it's so that's a big hit around Christmas. And then we have to plan, we have like two huge parties that month. We have a Christmas party, and then we have New Year's party that coming in December. And so people, like, we really try to get them in the mood. Everybody that are stuck on the ship, right, cannot be with their
Hmm.
families. They are we are family. We kind of act like a family to each other, and so no one is left alone during these holidays, and they are kind of family holidays. But
Yeah.
everybody, we dress up. We There's like maybe at least like 15 Santa Clauses are walking around the ship, and in the suits. or something, and people like are like an elves or so. So we have costume parties sometimes for Christmas, and our entertainment department is really good at setting the tone of the on the ship amongst crew, because they have all the costumes for the guests, but they also use that when they in the crew area to lift the spirit of crew. So it is
Yeah.
kind of magical, don't you think?
I used to be Santa Claus, because
Did you?
I mean, because of my looks, like the big belly, the
I was
crooked
offered.
back, and whatever.
Well, talking about that, like I think there people will notice that, and I'm noticing that you don't sound exactly like in previous episodes. Where are you?
Oh, I'm in the North Pole right now. That's why I sound a little bit with the muffled
Oh,
voice.
what are you doing there?
It's the
Hmm.
reception. I'm getting ready for the holidays.
Oh,
A lot
North
of gifts to
Pole.
send out.
Okay, you better read my card. I have some list that I send. I'm not you, not you. Okay, I'm sorry. Like
You're in the naughty
to
list
the yeah.
already. You know
Oh
that.
no, but I was good. Okay, okay. Next year, I'll be better next year. And so yeah. You're not in your regular place, so that's why you kind of sound a little bit distant
Yeah.
in this episode, but we can hear you. We can hear you perfectly, and thank you
So
for thank
Jolly,
you for
you
thank you for
say,
for, so,
oh, it's
for
what
your
I do. It's
time.
what I do.
Yes,
It's
thank
what I do. So I had a
you.
question for you. Since you
Okay.
mentioned that obviously you deal more directly with the crew than any other department. So did you ever had any requests for certain religions to do like little gatherings, and
Oh yes,
obviously
yes,
we have Bible studies, we have Hanukkah events, for some of the crew. But
yes.
what about other religions? Do they have anything special?
Well, usually, but they're kind of sprinkled all year around all year round, because they're not all like in December or something. Because I know there's some Asian countries, they have their own traditions. I think we mentioned in one of the previous episodes, we were both
Yes.
attending some Indonesian holiday, religious
Right. That was
holiday.
it was a Muslim
Uh, uh, uh,
holiday, I remember, and that was amazing too.
it
Like
was
and
it
I
was
forget the
fantastic.
date.
I forgot it
Yes, we had
also,
the
but I think
yeah, but probably around the same time, because I remember having
no,
roast,
I'm thinking.
you know, yeah, I don't know
Uh,
what it was called,
no, I think
but regardless, I
it's
mean,
between. I
you
remember I was in my contract was that contract was from March until like end of summer, and in that during that contract there was this holiday. So between March and I don't know, August. Please, people, if you, I'm sure we're gonna have some listeners, some of our crew members listening to this. You can feel free to put in a comment down and just tell us when was your
yeah,
major holidays, and if
they're gonna
you
say
if
you
you
Babalu, it was this
uh,
holiday, and
and
of
if
course we
you
don't.
we
Yeah,
apologize for not knowing, not being sure, but we did attend it, many holidays, religious holidays, and it was so
yeah.
wonderful and accepting. And I think religion is when it's done properly, full of love, it's a wonderful thing.
Absolutely,
And
all of
all of them,
them.
all of them, yes.
They all did that.
But
I have a funny story actually.
please.
I had I was groups coordinator before, and we did a charter, and the charter was Duck Dynasty, and it's a very popular show that was here in the U.S. Mainly some guys from Louisiana, gator hunters or duck hunters or whatnot. So they
Gator
they
hunter.
had a charter on the ship, but of course they mainly the main religion is Christian. They have a lot of talk shows about Christianity and whatnot. So they actually during one of the meetings they offered to do a service for the crew. Because obviously we have all the religions. And for the Christian crew, they actually did an extra, and they actually opened it up to everybody. They say like, listen, it's same God, everything, we're all friends and whatever. So they actually opened it up to basically anybody that wanted to attend, and just for the crew. It was after everybody finished their
Hmm.
shift, so it was around 11:30 midnight mostly, if I remember, and it was in the main show lounge, the big
Right.
show lounge. So obviously, I went with the organizer that was working with me, and when we got there, I mean, we had people from literally all over the world. I mean, like I said, we have religions that that we didn't even think that would attend, or just because it was mainly Christian, but they made it very general. Just like as far as brotherhood and being good to other people, whatever. So I mean, we had easily about 300 crew members that assisted this free event that they normally would charge thousands of dollars, but they out of their own goodwill they just decided to offer it to the crew members, and it was amazing. It was really nice. And like I said, I looked around and I saw people from all over the world, the friends that I had there from the crew, so that was pretty nice. But yeah, like I said, like you mentioned before, it's tough sometimes. People are away from home, but we try to make it as fun and as close as possible to make them forget about missing home and whatnot. But here comes the cool part about the holidays, and
Yep.
that is, like you mentioned before, preparing for New Year's. New
Okay.
Year's is the day, and this, correct me if I'm wrong, but that security is kind of told to like kind of look the other way, because they usually have all the guests gather up in the open deck, and
Yes.
we have our party either in the nightclub or one of the main lounges, and just for crew only.
Crew
And
only.
it's pretty much anything goes. You can. I remember. I think maybe I was allowed to, maybe I wasn't, but I was walking around with a bottle of champagne that was given to me
Mm.
in the public areas. So I don't know if that was allowed, but I remember saying like, you know what,
That was
just
not
be
allowed, but you
responsible.
got away with it. Yes.
Okay, I got away with it then, yeah. But again, it comes back to just being professional and not acting like a fool like some of us
Hmm.
do. But but yeah, I remember like security just kind of like told like let them have fun. It's the
Let's
it's the
say
New Year's. And
it was a prop champagne bottle.
yes, it was a prop, yeah, and I was pretending to be Buzz,
Yes.
but
Yes.
that's it was so cool to see, when we had those parties for New Year's because I did so many, and looking at all the crew members dressed up like you're talking about like 5 stars, like suits, girls in beautiful dresses, and you're looking around and you're just like, is that Christina from housekeeping? Like, oh my gosh, like gorgeous looking, because everybody's usually in uniform, and you almost fail to recognize them because they're wearing like makeup and their hair done and whatnot. The spa super extra busy during that time, even though we have some spa people or people that cut your hair and some of the cabins like
Mm.
undercover, whatever. But I mean, it's amazing. That's where everybody just goes nuts and have a great time.
Oh yes, you really try. Many girls that I know, they went for a special Christmas shopping in one of the ports just before, and they just keep buying like brand new dresses and gowns and heels and whatever, And uh, guys don't spend that much, but girls like really put an effort
Oh
into
yes,
like
yeah.
how they're gonna look because it is important. And I remember when I was a child, New Year was where I'm coming from. In my family, New Year's were like a bigger holiday than Christmas because you have that countdown, and you like next day you start New Year, like your calendar is changed, like it's like a major change. While Christmas is still you're still like in the current year, it's just like a holiday, right? But New Year's really kind of represent like a point in the year that
A new
is
start,
a
a new
new
start. Yeah.
start, and of course all the new resolutions that are never coming true. Like, did you have some that you follow up ever?
No, I'm still fat, so so I failed to follow them. And
No.
it's funny because the next day, oh, new year, new me, and you're like, oh shoot, I'm still
Oh
here on the
no.
ship,
Oh
and I still
yeah.
gotta work,
Yeah.
and
Next year.
nothing, and
Next year.
everything goes back to normal, right? So, but I mean, it's still, regardless, it's so much fun, really. Like that's I think of all the parties or the events that we have like throughout the year, like that's my favorite. It's New Year's, because normally sponsored by some big champagne company or by some other company that are sponsors, and you
Mm-hmm.
just see the
Mm-hmm.
whole ship again decorated still in all the holiday decorations, and they spare no expense at the food, even for crew members, even like we have
Mm-hmm.
many times, or I'm pretty sure every year that I've been on New Year's on ships, the same food that the guests have, the same buffet, and shrimp and cocktail shrimp and turkey and I mean, you name it, and steaks and whatever. So,
So
and
yeah, look,
even
Christmas day, and they like the food is really like Christmassy food. I mean, it's just tons and tons of like very typical Christmas food that they serve in the mess, for everybody to enjoy and to have. So you can find like tons of delicious food during that period. That's why I never actually wanted to go home during that blackout, during that Christmas New Year's period on the ship, because everything is like so much, how do you put it? Like the volume is up, like, and
Yeah,
everything is like a couple notches higher than it usually are. And
that's
it's
true.
it's
That's true.
so
Yeah.
it's so
And again,
amazing.
it's the whole month because you're talking about some of the average cruise, it's 3 to 4 days or five
Yes,
days,
yes.
so everybody that comes on board is excited about the holidays. And of course, we're doing, holiday shows from the beginning of December all throughout New Year's, so
Yes,
we get to see this. I mean, for them, it's only one cruise. For us, it's an entire month
the
of
entire month.
Mariah Carey playing in the casino and the shops and the crew bar
Ah,
and everywhere, so
I can never
by the
get sick
time
of
that the
Mariah
month is
Carey.
over, of course not. Yeah, but I mean, it's like you said, it's a different vibe, just being on board
I
and
have.
having everybody super happy, for the most part.
So let me
And
share a few stories about that. First of all, I had, because in my working area is a crew training center. That's our office
right,
where crew member can come use computers, and then they, for so many different things to learn. There's books, there's this. So it's like a little classroom that we usually two of us in that company that I worked were operating. And this is kind of like a safe space for crew members. They can here, they can play chess or cards, they're doing a computer, learn something, read books, and so on and so on. It's a kind of chill area, relaxing area there. And so we I used to I cannot live without music. Like with me, wherever I work or back home, like I don't know about you, but music is always playing, like somewhere in the background or something. Like I just need music throughout the day, no matter if I'm working or if I'm free. Like I just have music on all the time. But of course, because I love this holiday so much, I put like immediately as soon as the decoration is up, like my computer is playing Christmas music, and I have to say, there's not many like classic Christmas songs. Like I can name like maybe like 10 or maybe even less. And so my playlist is very short, so it just goes in the loop, like all this, including Mariah, right? So just all Jingle Bells and Red Nose Reindeer and Snowy. What was that name? Snowy Man, I forgot. Uh, and of course Mariah is there.
Frosty the Snowman.
Frosty the Snowman. Yes. So there's like 5 or 6 songs that I have on my computer, and I
Okay,
keep
okay.
playing that like 18 hours a day, in the loop. And I remember like some of my colleagues are like, oh my God, are you still playing that? Like, can you just like mix it? Like I haven't, there's no other music song that I know. So you're going to listen to this until New Year's and that's it. But I honestly don't mind. And, but what I don't know if you know that, but as from a HR uh, part, one of our duties is to conduct these monthly parties and activities. We talk about this in one of our previous or coming up episodes, and in one of our episodes. And we have actually a budget every month. When the year starts, we have a budget money. Let's say like $200 or $250 every month to buy, I don't know, decoration for the current party of that month, and maybe something if we need more like office materials for crew members, or some new books or something like that. Usually we spend on decoration and on parties because that's what people love the most. But in November, as the like a fiscal year comes to an end, right? If what But not every month we spend all that $250, right? So some months we
Right. So
spend
whatever's left, you put it all
100.
together.
So but we have to, like, by the end of the year we have to spend whatever the budget is. So usually on every ship there I was where I was, and that was again one of the things I love to stay there. uh, like end of November, we usually do the calculation, and our accountant department, they do calculation, and they said, okay, you have this much left from your budget, and you have to spend everything. And like literally, they making you spend every last penny of that, because if we don't, then budget will may go lower next year. So
Challenge
uh,
accepted.
can you imagine how thrilling and how
Wow.
wonderful this is? And I did this twice on two ships.
Uh-huh.
We have I think like $700 left at the end, and I'm like, and there was this one ship. It was in Australia, in Sydney, and when I joined the ship, I was looking through the closets, and I'm like, "Where's your Christmas tree?" Usually, every crew training center they have like stocked somewhere
Mhm.
in the closet in the a Christmas tree and Christmas box of Christmas decoration. They thought, "Oh, we don't have any because the people that were running that crew training center before me, they consider that it's not a big deal, you know, they're not gonna bother with decoration." And I'm like, yeah, that's not acceptable. Okay, so I had nothing to work with. Luckily there was a budget of like $700, and there was a new HR director on board, and she was so into Christmas. Lucky for me, she was like so into Christmas. And she's like, yeah, yeah. I'm like, can I go and spend all this money for just Christmas things? And she's like, yeah, go
Mhm.
ahead, you know, knock yourself out and just go and do it.
Approved.
Approved. And I gave my colleague $200. He wanted to buy a karaoke machine for the crew members to use, and I was left with like $500. So I knew, and I found in Sydney, I found this party shop where they have everything. And so I took
And you bought
two.
everything.
I bought everything. I couldn't buy it by myself, so I brought one friend from a restaurant, and one girl from youth department that they working with kids. And I promised them, okay, you guys can have a little bit for yourselves, but usually most is like for crew center for all crew to enjoy. We went, oh my god. And you know, Sydney, like there's no winter there, like it's burning hot. We were like in our shorts and in t-shirts, and we went there, and I bought like the huge, like, I don't know, 2.5 meters, I don't know what's that in feet, like Christmas tree, like huge. and uh,
8 feet.
and like, I don't know, like we were like three of us could barely walk back to the ship with so much crap that we bought. With like everything, we bought everything in the shop, and we did like fake snow and fake this, and then the Christmas tree, and then that dress for Christmas tree that you put below that. And then, because there was nothing, we started from scratch, right? There was not even one ornament in the crew training set, so we have to buy everything. And that, you have like, can you imagine, you have like $500 to spend on freaking Christmas decoration, and that money is not even yours, it's somebody else's money, and you
Wow.
have green light to spend money. It's the best feeling ever. And the other time I did the same thing was in San Juan in Puerto Rico, and they have also Party City there, and we had also like 400 or $500. So we went there, we went crazy. We had to like rent a taxi to bring us back to the ship, because you couldn't carry it. So those
Wow.
are such a nice. And then when you decorate, it was like Christmas threw up in the crew training center. Just like bling bling everywhere, you know, just like shining. And but
They had to use extra fuel to keep all the lights
but
running, huh?
people love it. People, no, we actually were not allowed to on the ship, because fire is the most dangerous thing, you know. So we're very careful about our electrical system. So we're not allowed to buy the lights that are plug in. So we buy those
Mhm.
that use batteries, right?
Battery ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we buy those, but we buy like thousands, hundreds, I don't know, of those lights and batteries, and we just keep changing. So it was so much fun, I have to say. Like, Christmas is so much fun, and I'm already in a Christmas spirit here. I'm back home, and my house is also decorated like to the roof. I love this. And on the ship it was really magical, and I'm sure most of our fellow crew members that are listening this will agree. And put in the comments, guys, like, oh, what was your experience with Christmas, you know, or something. Did we miss something, like it was
Yeah. What
music?
what was what was your favorite part of the holiday cruise or month, that we got to have? So
Yeah, yeah. Was it party? Was it bingo? Was it decoration? Was it the music? Mariah Carey, come on, Mariah Carey fans! I know you're out
oh
there.
God,
I need
oh God,
support for
no.
that.
One
Who
more month.
who else love her? Okay, and so was it the food? Like, what was that special thing
The
about Christmas
food.
that you guys really enjoyed? And did you enjoy staying on the ship during that period? I mean, I did. I know Jimmy did also. And
Oh yes.
yeah, like I don't
Yeah, let
know.
us know. And hope you got a little bit of insight of what goes on during the holidays on ships, and stick around for the next episode.
Yeah, that's coming next week. And yeah, stay with us, guys. All right, take care and have a great Christmas and amazing New Year.
Happy New Year.